Hello, hello, Chalkin History friends. It is Monday. We got through the Snowmageddon, whatever they're calling it. We got through it. Now we're just sitting in a bunch of snow waiting for it to melt away. Gosh, I hope it melts away soon. I'm supposed to be getting on an airplane in a couple days, so we shall see about that. Say hi if you see that red live box, top left corner. That means you're live. Otherwise, you're catching the replay. You can rewind, fast forward, whatever you'd like to do. Make sure you're saying hello whenever you get to watching it. Let's make sure we are indeed live. Appears we are. So say hello. Come on in. It's Resin Mold Monday. Let's revisit some of our newer molds, shall we? Come on, join me. All right, we are going to play with our new heart molds that we released I want to say it wasn't with the peanuts, but the release prior to that, I believe. Not Fresh Start. Maybe it was before that even, the winter release. Gosh, you guys, we've had so many releases. It's amazing. The products that they keep coming out with are just awesome. Awesome, awesome. All right, nonetheless, we are going to play with some resin today. So you get 2 different sizes in your package. I got the bundle. So you get the resin and the molds. You get a hardener and the resin. These are, you mix them 1-to-1 ratio. And then I'm going to add some fun little things. I have some little glittery pieces. I have some little stones. And then I have some alcohol ink that is specific for epoxy resin. So our resin is epoxy resin. We also have UV resin. There's a difference, okay? This one has to mold overnight. It has to cure for 24 hours, okay? The other one, you have to heat set with a UV light, and that can happen at minimum 4 minutes, okay? So we're using the epoxy. So you wanna make sure if you are getting colorants or mix-ins or anything like that, that it is specific to the resin that you are using, okay? All right. This I found at my grocery store. However, you can find it anywhere. Yes, in Meijer. If you have Meijer, they have a crafty aisle or 2. And I thought, I'll pick it up. We'll try it. Why not? Right? These little guys, I want to say, were a part of, gosh, there was like a whole pack of 10 different things. All kinds of little doodads that you can add to your resin projects. This little guy I thought would be fun. He came with that charcuterie board that I bought the other day. And I can't really stick it in there, but I thought once this guy is out, we could tack him down with a little bit of resin. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Thanks for sprinkling and sharing. You are appreciated. I figured we could just tack it down maybe with some UV resin. And then that way it would be, I don't know, looks kind of cute to me. So we'll put that aside for now. So let's do this. First things first, we have to mix our resin up. I did not pre-measure, but here's a couple ways you can pre-measure how much you need. You fill your mold up with water, and then you dump it into a measuring cup, and that'll tell you how much liquid you would need. So what you would need then is half of one and then half of the other to equal that amount. Or people are doing it with rice, because sometimes you have a mold, like let's say a cutting board mold, right? So you're gonna have a big mold and it's gonna be flimsy, and the second you try to pick that up from your table and try to pour that water in a measuring cup, it's not gonna work. Trust me, I've done it. It doesn't work. So rice is also a good measuring tool. or anything like that. Anything, you know, don't go ahead and eat it if you're going to be keeping, you know, keep it and then use it with all your molds, but don't eat it after that, okay? All right, so we're going to wing it as we always do. You know how we love to wing it. I'm going to put some gloves on to protect my hands. Do this in a well-ventilated area. Please read directions. Don't just do what I do. They say to stay ventilated and to wear a mask. Some resins can give off stinky fumes. Either I can't smell or I don't think ours emits that horrible of fumes. Could be me, I don't know. Could very well be. All right, so we're gonna do, let's see. They're not quite equal to start with, so there's that. But we're gonna do half and half. We're gonna start with half and half. That's what we're gonna start with here. Let's see. Just start with poking that. Okay. Put that in the garbage. That in the garbage. And then we're going to start with the resin itself. The resin itself is a little bit thicker than the hardener. I should probably put my glasses on. You guys, my eyes are getting, like, they feel like they get worse every month, I swear. Okay, so we just are going to pour and then we'll measure this to that. Definitely not the way you want to do it. But that's the way we're doing it. So I want to make sure so you can see through here at what point you poured it. So we'll just keep pouring that until we get to that point. We just love eyeing things over here. Let's see, almost. It's probably a specific science, but who follows that? Come on. All right, let's put that guy aside. Let's put this guy aside. And then you're supposed to stir it for 3 minutes straight. Let's see, I got 2:05 on my clock. We'll stir it till about 2:08. Here's the part where if you're watching on the replay, you can fast forward it for 3 minutes. If you're watching live, sorry, not sorry. Kathy, how you doing today? How's the snow? Did it stop up there yet? It stopped for us last night about 6, 7 o'clock at night. I don't think it's snowed since. Still very cold. Windy, gusty here and there. Roads are a disaster. So we are staying put. No need to go out there. We got enough food. We have electricity, so there's that. That's good. Although I think millions of people have been affected with power outages. So I hope and pray they get their electric back on soon. My hands get tired. We're going till about 2:08 Eastern Standard Time with our stirring. We're gonna hit that bottom, go around the edges. Then what I think I'm going to do, I am going to color it with the alcohol inks, which is different than the colorant. I'm just going to kind of drip drops in there. I said it right. We're going to drip drops of color and we're going to just kind of let it see what it does overnight. So that should be interesting. What I might do first though is I'll add those little sprinkles and such, and then I'll add the color. And we're gonna see what happens. Now these kind of have a domed top to them, but then they will have a flat bottom. Let's see, 207, so one more minute. You want to make sure you don't stir too crazily. You don't want air bubbles in there. You want a nice, clear result, okay? We're getting there. I see 208, but I am going to just kind of keep stirring for half a minute here. Let's scrape the sides. Scrape that bottom. Okay. Okay. Just put this here for a minute. All right, let me get things out that I want to get open. I think I'm going to do these little stones in the big one. All right, let's get out whatever color we want here. This says Resin Craft by Me. It says try adding a few drops into prepared resin and allow the ink to drift while the resin cures to create a petri dish look. Not sure what a petri dish look would be. Alternate colors of drops and white into the resin. Okay. Let's see what we can make happen here. Again, 24 hours we're gonna have to wait, so we'll have to revisit this tomorrow. It has stopped, still cold, yep. Still cold here. Still cold everywhere, I have a feeling. Okay. We have a hot pink, so I think I can do that there. We definitely have a white. We have turquoise, so we're going to use turquoise. I'll definitely use white with the turquoise. It says we have a lime green, and I definitely want to do the dark blue. So this is kind of going to be coastal colors. That's like a hot pink. Should we add, let's add a little purple. Then I have a gold and a yellow. I don't think we're going to add those two though. So we'll just kind of put those aside. We should add the gold if I'm gonna, maybe I will add the gold. Maybe we'll do no purple. We'll do the gold, the hot pink, and the white in here. We'll do the coastal colors in here. Maybe a tinge of white. Maybe. Okay, but I think I have to add the pieces parts first. I really feel like I have to do that first. And you want to make sure your molds are free from any debris and dust. Okay. Don't spill. Oh, and I spilled that one too. Gosh darn it. Okay, let me put this back on. Okay, gloves back on. All right, let's just get these poured and we'll go from there. Okay, lots of bubbles. And I'm not going to take it to the very, very tippy top of the mold because that kind of leaves a raised edge that I've been noticing. So I'm going to try to avoid that raised edge. But I could probably add more here. Okay, Now, two ways you can try to get rid of your bubbles. You can hit it with a like a butane torch, but you want to be careful because you don't want to burn your molds. You can spray it with alcohol. So I'm gonna try that because we're adding alcohol inks and you don't want to put fire to alcohol, you guys, okay? So we're just gonna kind of spritz. I still see a ton of bubbles. Lots of bubbles. And I don't think I want to mix the alcohol in there, so we're just gonna have bubbles. Sometimes, do you remember like the drinking glasses and they had the bubble bottom? They were all bubbly. Okay, so we are gonna add, I'm gonna add all those in. Whoa, they sunk, which I assumed they would. But let's try to move these around a little bit here. I thought I had another package of these too. I should see where that is. Let me see if I can find that other package. They should be close. I believe they're close. If not, then that's okay. I don't remember them being really close. But I could be wrong. It wouldn't be the first time. Okay, where did they go? I remember having them somewhere over here. There's that. Other resin stuff over here, so you know, I might have them in a different spot. Okay, we'll look in a little bit for that. Okay, so let's dump these guys in. These aren't as heavy. Let's get those mixed in. Honestly, it'd be just really cute not to have anything but these in here, but we're going to add some color too, I think. Get them all in there. We'll stir it again. Of course, they're really hard to pick up. Okay, this container's empty. This container's empty. Okay, let's get these all in there. Maybe I'll just add gold to this. What do you think? Get in there. All right, we're just gonna try to stir this in and get it kind of moved around. Okay. I think I can take these off now. Let's add some gold. to snip that? Let's see. That is not wanting to come out, so wish I had a pin. That's gonna be a big hole. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Okay. I guess you gotta chop it off. I just don't want to, I mean, that made such a big hole that I have to watch my drips. Ooh. Okay, gold. We'll alternate. Gold. Okay, then we're gonna chop this piece off. Oh, that went everywhere. Oh my gosh. That could have been ugly. Boop. 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 That's kind of cool with the gold, isn't it? Now I'm really excited to see what this looks like. Okay, I'm gonna really put a lot of white because I had pink on the tip of this. Let me get a wipe. Probably should wipe up my scissors before I cut any more. Okay, let's add more gold. Cover that. Add more pink. Okay, and then we'll end it with some white, and then we're gonna see what happens overnight. We'll see what happens. I'm excited. Okay, we're gonna leave those here. Oops. Gosh, I can't wait to see what happens with these. This guy on. I've never used alcohol inks. I know a lot of people will use those in scrapbooking, in card making and that kind of thing. Boy, oh boy, does that stain, you guys. Be very careful when you're using alcohol inks because, wow, those make a mess. Thank God that didn't hit my clothes or anything. Interesting. I wonder how I'm going to wash these. Maybe I'll try some alcohol. Maybe that'll take it off. Wow, this is messy. Messy. I should have kept my gloves on. Okay. I wish I knew. Give me 1 minute, guys. I feel like I know where those are. So hang on. Let me find them. Shouldn't take me long. Nope, I found them. See, I knew where they were. We're gonna add a whole nother little container. These, I wanna say they were in the clearance section of Michael's down here. So we're gonna grab those. Okay, we're gonna grab those. They're heavy, so they sink. So they're gonna sink to the bottom or top of the heart. All right, let's see if we can give them a stir though. Let's see if we can distribute them a little more. Because once we get that dye in there, the alcohol inks, I won't be able to see. I'm excited to see what these look like. I'm gonna put my gloves on because I feel like I might just make a mess. see throughout. I've always heard like it can bloom, right? So when you're doing those flowers and all that, they tend to bloom. Things kind of move around on their own overnight as it cures, and it blooms. Trying to just take a little bit of that top off. This is going to be my coastal one. Hopefully it turns out. So I will be traveling Wednesday, but I will definitely check in when I can. Not enough. Okay. This kind of has like a whitish tint to it. Okay, we're just going to keep adding layers of color here. I think I'm going to add some white to this one. I love that gold. Gold is so cool. I'm going to add more white to this guy. Okay, let's go back and do one more layer of all those colors. I can't wait to see this. I am so excited. We did that color, and then we did the dark blue. And then we did the green. And then we ended it with white. All right. Okay. We are done. Like I said before, we need 24 hours to cure, so we're gonna let it cure. And then I will demold these for you guys. So make sure you stay tuned for tomorrow. Let's see. I'm just gonna kind of shimmy this a little bit here. Oh, we could shake it up. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone, I promise. We're gonna see what those turned out like tomorrow. Don't forget to, tomorrow, I might tack this on the top side. We'll see. Because like I said, it is kind of domed. So I'm not sure exactly how this would stick. I tried to stick it in there and it was kind of sticking out on the side. Plus you wouldn't see it anyways. It should be like on the outside of the heart or through the heart. I don't know if maybe I demold, like they say to demold some things, it's more, it's ready to be shaped or formed in like 6 hours, but that's those, when you do those flower trays. It'd be kind of neat if I could stick it through and have it look like it's stuck through. But I don't know. I just don't know that that's possible. So, all right, let's kind of clean up a little bit here. All right, and then I'm gonna see if I can clean my scissors. So you're welcome to hang out and see if alcohol cleans these guys up or not. Don't need my gloves anymore. I still feel like crapping, you guys. What should I do next? I think this will come, it does come off, so yay. That was a good call. Let's try paper towel first. And I'm probably gonna get messy, so it's okay. I mean, the scissors still work. It's not a big deal, but man, these are my Chocateur scissors. You know, if you're a crafter, you know, right? When the kids or the husband or our favorite person touches our craft scissors or our cloth scissors, you're like, wait, no, don't touch that. You're gonna ruin them. It's awful, awful, awful. Okay, here, let's do this. Do some crafting. I don't know what. I do need to make one more snowflake. Remember those snowflakes we made out of like the concrete stuff? That was fun. I think this is as good as it's gonna get, guys. Let's see. Let's see if the board eraser does it. No, this is the one thing the board eraser is not helping with. It might be coming off a little bit. I'd have to probably soak this with alcohol to get it to work. But it's a lot better than it was. A lot better than it was. Okay, we're gonna leave that alone. Ooh, I see it finally going down on this one. Actually, I'm gonna wipe the top too of that mold because it has resin on it. So we're gonna just kind of remove that. Comes nice and easy. I think we're kind of messy on this one too. Okay. Just kind of mixing it a little bit. It kind of like, as the resin is moving around and settling it, it kind of gives you like an explosion, almost kind of like a jellyfish. You know how they're little tentacles, but you don't want to ever get bit or stung by a jellyfish. Those are bad, very, very bad. My daughter got stung once, and 6 months later, it came like out of her skin. It was awful. Because they put like little burrs in you, little like, I can't think of the word, just like little burrs. And then as it works its way out of your body, she was shaving her leg one day and it reactivated it. Oh my gosh, she was a mess. It was not good. Not good at all. Let's see what kind of fun things we have. Let's do this. Okay. We have leftover. Let's see, what can we make? What can we make? Where are my snowflakes at anyway? Guys, I am I'm so unorganized. It's crazy. There we go. I wonder if this will be too much. there. Okay, well, let's see what other kind of resin mold I can find, because we have some excess. We might as well play with it, right? Let's see what my molds look like here. Let's see. Too big. Here's a couple of fun ones. All right, these are not Chocateur. We'll leave this for another day. These are not Chocateur molds, but just molds I pick up here and there. This is, it looks like just a little a big diamond, but it's kind of like a paperweight. Let's see. How do we open this? There we go. There we go. There's that. Okay, let's do purple and gold. How about that? I know I'm gonna make a mess and I'm gonna be mad that I don't put my gloves on, but we're doing it anyway. Okay, knock it down. Just ever so slightly. See, what the heck? I don't want to get the purple on my yellow, not gold, yellow. So let's wipe this off so we don't spread that purple. Okay, let's do the yellow. Okay, okay, I'm gonna drip some yellow in the tip there. Hopefully this is enough. Ooh. Okay. Ooh, it's getting warm in here in the cup. Let's do some purple. We'll add some white too. Pretty. Try to avoid dripping. Okay, let's do some more yellow. Isn't that cool how it kind of pushes it to the side? Let's do yellow, or white, I'm sorry. I'll do some more purple. That one should be pretty cool looking. Okay, let's finish this off. So I guess we won't get to that one. We'll do our unmolding tomorrow, around this time. Tomorrow's Tuesday, right? Yeah. Scrape it all out. Okay, this is garbage. Okay. Do yellow. Close it up. Purple. Or no, let's do white. Then let's do purple. Then we're going to do one more layer of white. Okay. I feel like I should do yellow too. I don't know. I want to see how this blooms. I think it's going to be pretty cool. Oop, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No, don't sink. Whew. This yellow just splashes everywhere. Okay. One last time with white. All right. Do your thing, mold. All night long. We'll be back tomorrow to check you out. Alright guys, thanks for checking out my Resin Mold Monday demo today. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Stay safe, stay warm if you got tons of snow. If not, you are lucky.